Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our. I don't know. We should probably give this series a name. Faulty Bionics series. Welcome back. Last episode, we secured a house, more or less. Still not very secure. Took a lot of damage fighting zombies in melee. We did get our hands on a nail baseball bat. So I don't think we're in like super bad shape weapon-wise, but without any armor at all, this is going to become more and more of an issue. So what I think we're going to do, we're going to hang on to aspirin. Unmanageable pain, huh? We did take some aspirin, 5 painkillers. Let's turn on our, we might as well use all of our bionic energy because we're just going to lose it to the faulty bionics anyway. And at least now, yes, it took us down to mild pain. Turn that off. We're going to not turn on our metabolic interchange yet. We're going to wait until we have proper food to do that. We don't have very much in the way of food. You'll see we mostly just have junk food, snack food. The dehydrated meat is a good sizable amount of calories, but for the moment we're not going to be dealing with any of that. For now, let's get some sheet metal. Oh, small sheet metal. Okay, well, we do have a hammer. We can't deconstruct in the dark. You know what? We do have items I never use. So let's go ahead and grab. We picked up a glow stick somewhere. I never use glow sticks. Let's real quick activate the glow stick. Drop. Well, we don't need to drop it. And we're going to deconstruct some of these for sheet metal, because this will give full sheet metal, which we can then use to make a brazier, which then will give us brazier. Oh, we don't have skills enough. Of course not. Don't have skills enough to make a brazier. Let's drop the glow stick so I don't walk upstairs forgetting I have the glow stick turned on and illuminated to all the enemies. Oh, what do you need to make a brazier? Probably fab. We're not going to grind that right now. What we're going to do in this episode, 1, we need to secure more food. 2, we need books so that I can read to pass time until we're tired and then sleep to heal. So I think we're going to hit the bookstore. We're going to hit these houses. And then we're going to reassess. Now, going out with this kind of health is not optimal. We obviously would like to be in a much better position than this. Can pry this open. If only you had... I dropped the crowbar. Okay, crowbar's pretty important. Kind of need the crowbar. Grab the crowbar. We should be able to hang that on our tool belt. Tool belt. Attach... Oh, you can't, huh? Okay, that's fine. Crowbar is a pretty big item. You know, tool bench is probably, I think it said small pockets, which makes sense. It would be for small tools. Purse, no. Peppermint patties, any kind of food we're going to take. Going to hit the bookstore, looking for primarily first aid books because we would really like to up our first aid so we can get some of these horrible bionics out of us. Don't really expect to find much here. In the way of first aid, I would expect that more in other places. I actually don't know. We're just going to grab a lot of this stuff. Anything that I think has skills attached to it, and then we'll sort through them separately. I don't know what all are skill books and what are not. And we're going to pick up duplicates. It doesn't really matter because we're going to drop them all in a pile and sort them that way. Yeah, I've been really lackluster in the commentary department thus far. No, don't dispose of anything. Come over here, drop all the books. Because I just am focusing a lot on what I'm doing, and I'm not doing super well, so... Yeah, commentary. Okay, map is pretty good. Restaurant? Well, I mean, it's not what I would have wanted, but it's okay. Yeah, took yesterday off from recording and editing. I just wanted some time for me, because I've been really struggling with depression lately, which makes it hard to be motivated to do anything. And hey, I don't know if you knew this, but YouTube actually takes a lot of time in order to put everything together. So yeah, I just wanted some time for myself. Took yesterday off. I watched Silence of the Lambs. When I was a kid, I really loved those books. When I was a teenager, they were probably my favorite book series of all time. There weren't as many good book series back then. I think those books were written in like the 70s. I don't really remember. Really liked them because it was like the first serial killer books I'd ever read. And they were It was like they talked about profiling, which at that time was pretty much in its infancy. So it was interesting just to see. Oh, I thought that tree had something on it. Okay. It was interesting just to see kind of the inner workings. There's a lot of FBI stuff. Did we... and the killers were pretty interesting as well. Obviously, Hannibal is a very beloved character in the... We can just haul all this crap. In the serial killer realm of things, people love Hannibal, and for a good reason. Very endearing character, very likable character, very intelligent and interesting character. And Silence of the Lambs is actually my least favorite book from that series. Red Dragon is by far the best, in my opinion, the most interesting and engaging killer. Like, yes, Buffalo Bill, very interesting in the way that he's out of his mind, and he has a little dog, and he's played by, in the movie, he's played by a pretty well-known guy who's, he's done a lot of, I think he's the dad in The Hills Have Eyes, which is for some reason the only other thing I can think of him in, but he's been in a lot of stuff. In fact, was he the boss in... He played an FBI agent in something. I can't remember what. Oh, we do want that book. What am I doing? Grab the book. Grab the matchbook. He was an FBI agent in something. Was it The Americans? Was he one of the bosses in The Americans, like as a cameo? Or was that... Was he Hank Schrader's boss? I don't remember in Breaking Bad. I don't remember. I definitely saw him as an FBI or something, like an officer in something. Man, I came here for food. Hamburger will do pretty nicely. In fact, why don't we eat the hamburger? We are hungry, or we were hungry. Yeah, eat the hamburger. It's fine. We didn't... I don't think we really found first aid books. There's that shocker thing. They're tearing up a vehicle. Why don't you guys just keep doing what you're doing? That's fine. I don't want to bother you. Don't want to interrupt your little social gathering. We did loot the pantry in here. There really wasn't much in the way of food. We did hit the kitchen. There is another basement. Basements can be very valuable. Probably should check it. Hopefully not a bunch of fat zombies down here. Okay. Pretty clear. What is that? Stereo. Okay. Pretty clear. Ham radio. Okay. What do you got for me? Uncooked, another TV dinner. I mean, they do have a fair bit of calories. They do require cooking, which, I mean, is fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I really liked those books when I was a kid. I was never a huge fan of Starling, who is Jodie Foster's character in the movie. It's a female FBI agent, and I think they were going for like super progressive, like, I mean, and then again, this is all set back in the day when women weren't really accepted as FBI officers, and there's a lot of stuff about that in the books where she doesn't feel like the men treat her properly and things like that, and that's all really interesting and everything. Let's make a note, base, just so we don't forget which one is our base. Explored. Wasn't there a grocery store over here? No, that was way over here. Yeah, it's not gonna work for us. What do we got going on? Houses, radio station, grocery store, but it's so far away. I think we just cross the street and clear more houses. Carefully cross the street, mind you. This is where I often end up getting jumped. We see another zapper zombie to the left. These must be new creatures. I haven't seen them. I'll have to look them up for the experimental Cataclysm video. I don't think I've ever seen them before. If I had to guess, they're just a lower tier evolution, but it's always nice to give shout outs when people add stuff like that, because I think, well, honestly, I've added creatures to the game, and I felt very discouraged when I did so because people gave a lot of negative feedback. So I think it's good to shout people out when they actually put in work for the game, because it's really easy to feel like no one cares about what you're doing when you add stuff to the game. It's something I'm on Discord all the time. Not all the time. Pretty frequently I go on the Discord, and like when I'm there I see another simulacrum. We've talked about that individual before, and that person is always encouraging others to make mods and to contribute, I should say, not to make mods, to contribute to the game, and I think that that's really good. Like, I try to be encouraging to people as well, but I know that, man, loud vehicle. I know that it can be pretty discouraging if you're new and you don't really know what you're doing, and then, you make some changes and people come and say, "Oh, I really hate this thing," and you get really discouraged. Certainly, I am guilty of that. I am somebody with low self-esteem, so like, whenever people crap on something I made, it becomes like very self-deprecating. Like, yeah, they're right. I'm useless. Why did I do this? Why am I wasting my time when nobody wants me to do this? And so yeah, I like to give people shout-outs when they put together stuff like that. So we are actually pretty full up. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm also noticing a lot of the houses we've cleared have not had enemies in them. We may want to move our base up here. The problem becomes hauling all that stuff across the road. We could just set up in the basement over there. It's not a big deal, but I would like to be able to go in and out of the building without things seeing. We'll just keep, we've already set up the base more or less down here. We'll just continue living here. I hate moving once I've set up, so I really don't want to have to go through the rigmarole of trying to move everything. So just drop all this junk. Drop everything. We don't need anything. We should keep, let's grab a lighter. We need our crowbar. I don't think we picked up the lighter because I messed it up. Pick up the lighter. What else do we need on us? Aspirin. We want those on us. And let's go ahead and favorite those so I stop dropping them. We don't need 2 lighters. Let's go ahead and favorite them. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. So that should prevent us from dropping them when we're doing that drop all order. So head back up. Yeah, always nice to see new creatures added to the game. My favorite additions for Cataclysm, like, yeah, it's nice to get balanced stuff. And like I said, Frizz pointed out the auto toggling CBMs depending on how much energy you have. And that kind of stuff is great, and I'm glad to see those quality of life things come to the game. But by far the thing that interests me the most is new content, new locations, new professions, new scenarios, all new monsters. That kind of stuff is what really gets me excited when I'm, looking through, okay, motorcycle armor. We currently don't really have torso armor of any kind. This is very encumbering, but I do think that added protection is worth it because we're in a pretty bad spot. Our encumbrance is a little higher than I would like. Maybe we should drop some of these other low issues. Like we can drop the tool belt because the tool belt has a fair bit of storage. Rather, the encumbrance goes up the more it is filled with storage, I believe is what the description said. So we could lose that. We can lose the camisole and tank top. There are no encumbrance to them, but they do conflict with each other. So if we lose one of them, it should drop our encumbrance slightly. So like you'll see here, we have 46 plus 2. If we take off one of these, that will drop to just 46. Why? No, take it off. You can't do that from this menu. Let's take off the camisole. And if we go back, you'll see it's now 47 plus 0. I do think we will take off the tool belt as well. Obviously, the backpack is much more encumbering, but the backpack is much more valuable because of the increased storage. Actually, we should take the wrench out of it. Draw the wrench. Store in inventory. So we don't end up losing the wrench in the pile of crap when we drop everything. Okay. Bathroom, bandages, fine. I don't know if we could craft raise our first aid past 1. I don't really think we can. It would require us using up our disinfectant, which I almost never do. Oh, man, I wish you fit cargo pants, because wearing shorts, definitely swap the shorts for the cargo pants, even though they don't fit. Because leg encumbrance is not super relevant, and it's not so bad that we're like in danger. Mouth and arms are both very encumbered. What is on our mouth? The filter mask. Okay. Our arms are encumbered. I guess just because of the motorcycle armor, it's the only thing that would be on our arms. Unless I'm missing something. Let's check real quick. Mouth, yep, just the filter mask. Arms, yes, just the motorcycle armor. Which is fine. It's okay to be a little over encumbered if it gives you protection, which is what we need right now until we can start manufacturing our own armor and whatnot. Thermos, Okay, so this house had some good stuff in it, a fair bit of food and drink. Still not really as much as I would like to have, so I think we're going to clear another house or two. Don't love the idea of going around to the front. We could have popped a window, but open the door. Camera, Bananas, yes. Always nice to see fresh food on tables. Solder, definitely take. Ham radio, I think we have both of these, but we'll take them. I really ought to have sorted through my books before we went out again, just so I knew which I did and did not need to take. Amplifier circuit, no. It's a big old tub, though. I have a very small bathtub in real life. Gun safe is pretty interesting, but we can't really do anything with it. I don't think I want any of this. Holy symbol is silk is gold. Okay. Yeah, we don't really want to mess with that. We will mark gun safe, although I'm sure I will forget and never look at this note ever again. Because we need lockpicks for that and probably a decent mechanic skill in order to pick locks. I believe mechanics is your lockpick ability. Flute, no. Energy cola, no. Bird egg, cola, fruit juice, soda. Don't want the pudding. Veggie pizzas are pretty great because they're going to have, well, I would like to take the dehydrator. But that's like a later game thing. We don't need that right this second. Powdered eggs, also pretty good. And mashed pumpkin, also pretty good because there's a lot of vitamins in pumpkin. Inventory is pretty full up. We probably should head back, like literally packed to the brim. We probably could drop some of this crap that we don't actually need, like the alcohol, and we can drop the camisole and the shorts. Might as well hit the basement. Odds are good there's not much in the basement anyway. Minimal pain, okay. Oh my god, nope. Okay, well, quite a lot of zombies in there. If we were in a better position, I would go and clear them out, because... See, it's so tricky because when I see monster density like that, my knee-jerk thought is, okay, well, there's probably something good down there. Because most games balance risk and reward. So, you see lots of monsters and you think, okay, they're guarding something valuable. But that's not really how Cataclysm works. And it's been a little difficult to retrain my brain in a way that's like, okay, well, there's a lot of monster density. Why should I go fight them when there's probably nothing down there anyway? So... yeah, I don't know if we'll go back. Maybe we will at some point. I mean, for all we know, it's a gun basement. It could be very valuable this early in the game, but I have no way of knowing until I would go down. Oh, I definitely don't want to be holding a wrench either. That could have gotten us in a lot of trouble. Wield the nail bat. Drop the wrench. Fair bit of food now. A lot of which is going to spoil pretty quickly, like the veggie pizza. You know what? We'll eat 3 veggie pizzas and we'll turn on our metabolic interchange. How do we do that again? Toggle auto? No, we don't want auto, I don't think, for this. We're just going to toggle that on. Do we want to... it's 1 a.m. We started the game at 8 p.m., so we're about 5 hours into the game. We're not going to be tired probably until morning. We might as well go back out and continue hitting houses. We can check this one down here. I don't think we really looked at that one. It's the closest one to us. Oh, that's right. It was boarded up. You don't really want to deal with that. Let's head across the street. See what we've got going on. I mean, I would like to check this house. Okay. It's a weird house. It's just boarded up. I thought this was going to be like filled with enemies. Really empty though, huh? Oh, and a curtain on the bathroom. I mean, I guess some people have curtains in lieu of doors. We definitely already have ham radio illustrated. Pretty empty house. A little disappointing at how empty this house is. We never did make a bed downstairs. We're definitely going to need blankets or sheets. I should grab a blanket or sheet at the next house. for sure. I don't think you can use an electric blanket. Of course, it's one of these busted up houses. Yet another jackhammer, which is, again, a valuable item, but I don't really want to clutter my inventory with it right this second. Hello, zombie survivor. We're going to turn on sprinting. We're going to run away. You got some filth on your disinfected left arm. What does that mean? That's a new one to me. You get some filth on your disinfected left arm. Does it dirty up your... Does it lower disinfectant quality, maybe? Or does it just risk that you potentially reinfect the wound? It's interesting. Still not sure why we're irradiated. Possibly one of our CBMs is irradiating us. Painkillers, pain, mild pain. Why are we happy, by the way? I feel like we should be pretty unhappy at how much damage... Oh, we ate a lot of positive. Okay, I mean, whatever. So we're not going to fight these survivor zombie. They have a lot of armor and can be a real problem for an early character. So we're going to just head up here, I think. Oh, is this not a gate? It's locked. Okay, well, that's weird. Zapper zombie. What, oh, this is the radio station. That's right. Okay. It's possible... Oh, our vision pixelated. It's possible that the radio station is where the zapper zombies were spawning. Let's get our stamina back in case we get into combat. Grab the blanket for construction reasons. Poncho, socks. Okay, is poncho? No, it's plastic. Thought maybe it was leather. Playboy. Nope. Caffeine pills. Just continuing to loot these houses. Man, a lot of basements. Which makes sense. I always felt like more basements, more houses should have basements. But when I actually went to add new basements to the game, I realized like there's not a lot of interesting stuff in a basement. Like if you think about real life basements, like yeah, some people do have rec rooms and bars in their basement, but by and large, I think most people's basements are like just other rooms, you know, which is a little less interesting, a little less fun to make. So I never did follow through with that. But I do feel like most houses in the game should have basements of some sort. Just like you know, most houses in the game are one floor, which I don't like. You know, it should be obviously the average person doesn't live in a single-story house. I guess it depends on the part of the country you're in. But where I'm from, most houses are 2 or 3 stories, and I'm a country bumpkin, so I got to imagine, you know, in more populated areas, like we should have more apartment buildings and stuff like that as well. But all that stuff is, you know, it's work and it's very different from the way things are set up now. So it's like, just somebody has to do the work and it's not very high priority. I don't think people really care that much. So another zombie cop. We're damaged pretty bad. I guess, okay, we have backup. I think we just leave. This isn't going to be a basement filled with lots of interesting stuff, so we're just going to bail. I really should be exploring the basements fully just because of the amount of stuff that can be in basements, but I think we just head back to base. Maybe we call it a day here. We have enough food. We have some books to read to pass time. Yes, this is our base. Yes. Okay, why don't we haul all this stuff downstairs as well? Because this has a lot of rags and wood in it, which we can use for fires. We never grinded up our fab. Okay, stop. I keep pressing the hauling button. There we go. Okay. We never did grind our fab, so we can't make a brazier. Let's drop all of our stuff. Drop everything. Okay, so what do we want to do first? We can look at our books. Man, we have a lot of books already. We can look at our books and see if we have anything that raises fab. That's... Oh, no. Why did that take so long? Mechanics 6. Maybe because it was processing. It takes 12 minutes? You see here, you skim. Okay. Let's read another book. It's 212.59. 212.59. It took 14 minutes to skim that book just to see what's in it. I don't like that. Fletcher's Friend might be fab. Let's read that. P. Fab to 4 from Fab 2. Okay. Yeah, I should have thought about that. Okay, so what do we have? Birdhouse Monthly should be Fab. And we will read Birdhouse Monthly. How's our glow stick doing? Pretty fine. Let's go ahead and read this by light of the glow stick. It is difficult for you to see fine details. Yes, unfortunately, we don't have... Oh, that's pretty slow, huh? Revision pixelates. Okay, yeah, this is going to be not great. We don't have a proper fire source down here. Wait a minute. Ignore... Yes. Why? Where? What is happening? Where did you come from? What is this about? How did you get down here? And you ruined my pile. Now I have a corpse in my pile. Okay, stop hauling. Let's move the corpse out of there. Anything filthy, get out of there. Filthy, 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 filthy. Destination is full. Was I putting that crap in my inventory? Okay, over here. Nope. Slash. Tab. Okay. Move all the dirty stuff. Where's the corpse at? I don't see the corpse. There's the corpse. Move the corpse. Move all this. Get this crap out of my basement. I'm not really sure how it found me exactly. Okay, I keep pressing the hauling button and it doesn't stop hauling. I'm not sure what that's about. Not sure how it found its way in here exactly, but okay. Anyway, the reason I wanted to stop is because this is... I thought maybe this was what are they called? Like a furnace, which is a safe thing you can put fire in. I believe they gave it that flag, but it's actually not, so we can't. Man, this is pretty long-term glow stick here. I guess we continue reading. Are we still happy? Our focus is 58. Not great. PB&M. Well, what spoil? Yeah, that spoils the fastest. Eat a little veggie pizza, and we'll go back to reading. Hopefully, we gain a level of fab, and we can put together a brazier, because a brazier will give us not only the ability to cook. I can hear things dying upstairs as well. I'm a little uncertain of what is happening. You start scratching your right leg. Itchy skin, right leg. You stop to scratch yourself frequently. High int helps you resist the urge. Well, my int is not high, so that's not good. Continue trying to read. 60%. I mean, honestly, we should just be grinding. We have a bunch of nails. Make fish hooks. Do we have a table nearby? We do. Just make a bunch of fish hooks. It's so much faster. Just to grind, I think. Hey, look, we're Fab 1 already. That was easy. So we have Fab 1. Can we now make a brazier? Great. Let's make the brazier. Craft. You put the brazier on the counter. Yes, excellent. And we will deploy that. How much water's in this thing? Examine. 99. That's pretty awesome. So we'll just build... let's deploy the brazier over here. Do we want it over here? We really would like... Well, being able to craft with water... We don't need to craft with clean water. Just give me the brazier. Take down the brazier. I think we put it over here. And the reason for that is because there's more space here. So we can stack up our piles a little bit easier. Whereas if we try to force ourselves in this corner, we only have a little bit of room for our piles of junk. But if we do it out here in the main room, we have a lot more space to drop things. So I think we'll just plop down the brazier up here. Deploy. We'll go ahead and mark a firewood source. Firewood source. Well, we actually would like this. Because we don't want to have to step on other piles. We're going to haul wood. It's too dark to construct a firewood source. Of course it is. Of course it is. Give me a splintered wood. Drop the splintered wood in the brazier. Start a fire. So like if we put this here, I don't know how close firewood source has to be. Let's put it over here in this corner. That way we can kind of navigate around our other piles to drop this wood on the fire, or on the wood source, because we don't want... This is all wood except for nails, so we'll go ahead and haul that to the wood pile. Okay, so we have a fire, which means we can actually read properly. We have light now to craft by. We have a fireplace where we can safely cook our food, heat things up, etc. So that's really good. It's daylight now. We should be getting tired in the next few hours. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to sleep with our CBMs, which is going to be a real issue, I think. But we can continue grinding our skills, and we're going to be on the lookout for first aid stuff. Because if we can raise our first aid, we can maybe start getting some of these bionics out of us. Now, it did say we needed an operator for the auto dock. I still don't really know what that means. Presumably, that means we're doing 100% of the work ourselves, which means we need a much higher first aid skill to really be successful at that. But we'll figure that out when we get there. For now, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I will be back with more Cataclysm. What did we say? Faulty Bionics series in the near future. And I'll see you next time.